It's Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we're taking a look at a beer called South. Now, I reviewed a South a while back. This is a Tesco range of beers. They did a north of the UK versus the south of the UK. This is a South collaboration between Staggeringly Good, Brew by Numbers and Yonders. It's a double dry hopped IPA at 7% ABV. Absolutely tremendous breweries. Big fan of all three of these breweries. Staggeringly Good, they make some wonderful beer. Brew by Numbers, the same. And Yonder have come about over the last few years, and they're making some wonderful kind of wild ale, saison style beers. Brilliant stuff. The first South was a kind of a soury, kind of fruited ale, if I remember rightly, like one of those kind of yogurty, fruity beers. The North was always an IPA, so I think people probably were a bit confused. How can you have a North versus South if one beer style is different to the other? So they brought South in line to an IPA. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. 7% ABV, so the beer probably cost me in the region of between £4 and £5. As you all know, I'm very famous for my kind of not quite knowing the price of the beer that I paid for. It's between £4 and £5 a can. Let's get it out then into a glass and see what we get. Now, this has been out a while. I've gone into Tesco's and bought their summer releases, their Beavertown beers, and I've left this on the shelf. And the reason why I've left it on the shelf for the last probably 8 months since they redid the last one, maybe longer, is that there was so much other choice. There were so many other beers, so I would go to Tesco to pick up the new range of beers. In the summer, there was a big drop. There was a big, not the non-alcoholic brewery, but there was a big drop of cans launched into Tesco. Loads of Beavertown, a few North beers. It was a kind of a big thing. So I thought to myself, let's leave South for another day. Now in October 2022, Tesco normally bring out about 8 or 9 other beers, but this year they haven't. This is the first year which I've noticed a noticeable slowdown of the beers that Tesco have launched on the October release. There was only 2 or 3. So being I had a spare hand and I had a spare basket and I didn't want to carry too much to the checkout, I had room for this today. I had room to pick up South, or a couple of days. It's been in the fridge a couple of days. We got a 1 to 2 finger white head. It's hazy, and marmalade-y, hazy and marmalade-y to look at. Amber in colour, if you like. Hazy amber. Let's get the aroma. It smells really good. It smells really good. Lots of tin pineapple. That sweet, syrupy pineapple juice, that's the syrup that's in the can with the tin pineapple chunks. Actual pineapple, actual grapefruit. There's some tangerine flavours coming through. Very soft flavours. Very inviting to the nose. Smells really good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. It's got that kind of sherbety texture to it, like a sherbety kind of, it's a hissy fizzy carbonation that hits your palate, and then you're left with this kind of like fruit sorbet, fruit sherbet flavours. What I've noticed, now, I've had beers from lots of different breweries that are producing IPA for supermarkets. And you could get one from Siren in Asda, or North Brewing Company in Morrison's, or this one, Yonder, brewed by number, Staggeringly Good, in Tesco. And they've all got this very similar feel and taste to them. They're great breweries. All of the breweries that I've mentioned are great. But there are exceptions. There's exceptions. There's being great, and then there's being kind of masterful. I reviewed just this week, probably in this very jumper, 2 Polly's Brewco beers that launched into Morrison's. And Morrison's talked about how difficult, how much of a journey, how hard it was to get Polly's on board to make these beers for Morrison's on a permanent basis. That's because Polly's kind of really pride themselves in what their kind of end product is. And the Polly's beers that I tried from Morrison's at £3.50 a can were far and above, or it was literally like buying bottle shop quality beer for £3.50 a can. It was fantastic New England IPA, and it was a fantastic, really hoppy pale ale. And there was lots of individual flavours on the spectrum. This it's very good. It's a delicious beer. It really is. It's tasty. But it's all very familiar. It's like I've been here before. Buying a Siren from Asda, buying a North from Morrison's, buying this from Tesco. And I'm going to be very hesitant, but I'm going to say it because I'm always honest. It's almost as though it's an open secret, or the recipe to brew supermarket IPA and, importantly, make a profit, a good profit at that, is almost like an open secret to all of these breweries that are producing beer in the supermarket. It all seems to taste the same. And that slightly worries me a little bit because I love my IPA. But I love my IPA from bottle shops. I'm going to spend more time buying beer. In my kind of New Year's resolution for 2023 is to probably buy, and I say probably because of price, who knows where inflation's going, but I will probably concentrate a lot more on buying bottle shop cans and bottles in the future. Pay a little bit more, get a little bit more of a kind of an individual flavour from the brewery, rather than that kind of samey. So what am I getting from this samey? There's no real sweetness to begin with. There's a little bit of sweetness to begin with, just kicking in then. There's next to no bitterness. All of the flavours are in the middle, but it's like a combination. It's like someone's got a big jug. They poured some pineapple chunks in there. They poured some orange juice in there. They've poured some... in terms of flavour, by no means am I saying that this has got fruit concentrates in. This is hops. But it's like they've stirred all of these flavours together and you're getting one big kind of mishmash of a citrusy flavour, rather than individual, here's a little bit of grapefruit, here's a little bit of passion fruit, here's a little bit of mango, here's a little bit of orange tangerine flavour. It's all kind of like squeezed together into one big dough ball. One big dough ball of flavour. It's interesting. It's refreshing. Would I buy it again? I think I would be buying the... Now I know that Morrison's have worked hard to get Polly's in, and now I've tasted the Polly's Brew Co beer. Polly's Brew Co. If you want to buy... If I'm thinking to myself, I want to drink 3 IPAs tonight, then I'm going to go to Morrison's and I'm going to buy 3 Polly's Brew Co. The double dry hopped IPA for, I think, about 6.7% ABV. It was outstanding, far and above kind of better than this. It had individual flavours, it had a fantastic mouthfeel, it was sweet, it was a little bit bitter, it was just tremendous, really tremendous. They'd softened the water. This, I'm going to say it one more time because I really feel like I'm repeating myself. This could be Siren in Asda. This could be North in Morrison's. This is coincidentally Staggeringly Good, Brew by Numbers and Yonder in Tesco. It's all very much the same. To represent the South, Brew by Numbers in London have teamed up with Yonder from Somerset and Staggeringly Good from Portsmouth. The trio of southern breweries have produced a double dry hopped IPA that is soft, juicy and naturally hazy in appearance. The addition of oats gives a silky mouthfeel, while fresh and expressive American hops offer aromas of citrus, mango and pine, resulting in a beer that is full-bodied, drinkable and refreshing. There you go, 7% ABV. It's worth a 7 out of 10 all day. It's worth a 7 out of 10 all day, but this is not doing anything different from different IPAs from different supermarkets. It's almost like an open secret now that how to produce an IPA at a profit for the supermarket. I hope you liked the video. Please put your comments in the comments box. I am going to interrupt you and I'm going to follow this up with another review. Press stop on the camera, start again. Now, if you want an example, this has been sent to me by North Brewing Company. It's a can of their double transmission. This is an 8% ABV double IPA. Now, if you guys are interested, find this review, put it into YouTube, North double transmission. Find this review and watch it and see if, because I haven't opened it yet, see if there's differences between supermarket beer and beer that's available online or in bottle shops. I bet you there is. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.